All right. Well, hello and welcome back. Obviously, we are on a secondary stream, but again, the coverage will be as close to the same as we can have it. And we will also be trying to give live updates on the main channel as it goes, but I do recommend at the very least trying to keep tabs on both yourself. I'm hoping that one on the mainstream should be a banger. So again, make sure you keep watch on that. But we will see. I don't like my games taking a minute to load stuff, and that means we're probably going to be lagging as we get into the game. But again, secondary stream. Um, you can see 3 games so far. High seeds have won all of them. This one probably a lot closer. You can see both teams sitting down in the bottom half of the standings. Why? This just does not want to load at all. Incredible. It'll get there, probably, maybe. I might need another try, but, so what this means for us is that, you know, again, there will probably be some lag when we get into it, but, that's all right. Not sure what else to say about this. Let's jump over to our stats. Main thing to watch for is that Royce is moving over to join the Eclipse, a trade from Atlanta, getting him. And then also the roster is now completely different from what he drafted. Cookie swapped out for Defane. Nessie swapped out for Royce, and then Wrath switched out for Great Honda. So across the weeks, Boomer has managed to swap out every single member of his team. But we'll see if he's able to find success. Now it is a tie between Defane and Boomer for that key player spot. And all right, let's try to make a lobby again. I hope it'll go through this time. It looks like it will. And hey, maybe that means we won't lag. But, that is blind optimism. All right, now I can send out lobby info. Big. I don't have it copied, though. We're not the cleanest on our start here, but you know what? We are getting started. Your key player, obviously, like I just explained, Boomer over for the Eclipse, and it is Brett for the Foxtrotters. Now, there is obviously a roster change for KC as well, switching out their sub and signing Mew, who probably takes a main roster spot, I'm going to predict, but we'll see once we get into the game. Key player does still go to Brett, but I think really need to watch out for, first of all, Mom Debbie, #1 overall pick, needs to step up big for the team, but can't do it alone. And then as well, Mew, the new player getting signed. Like I said, I expect to sign maybe. Okay. From Dishonored suggests otherwise. I don't know. We've not seen Mew that much. Mew played, I believe, 1 game with KC as a 1-day earlier in the season. That's about all we've seen. So I don't know how good to expect Mew to be. Yeah. Is there a lot? Okay. Did I make it wrong then? See, now this is a risk. I'll leave to see if I... Nope. Okay, you got it. Good. Okay, yep. Because that's the problem then. If I try to leave and then you join and I try to remake, that's a problem. So yeah, obviously, as you see Dishonored suggesting, we'll see what the roster ends up finalizing as for KC. Obviously, kind of hard to gauge with a new roster, and Mew probably doesn't stand out guaranteed starter, but just a guess. But either way, yeah, prediction, that's what's tough. Obviously, KC last team without a win in the 8-bit league, if you combine both leagues, and it's tough. I think this is one they would want to win, especially if they have playoff aspirations, but we don't know how good the Eclipse will be. I think probably the 1-for-1 Royce for Nessie a downgrade for Erie, but it's a different play style, which might be what they need. And also, they kind of have, just roster all around. So we'll see. As I will while we're waiting, which I say we're waiting, we do have everyone in. We'll make sure everyone is in their team call. And it appears they are, as well as a couple more for Erie. So Erie have the full team. We'll see how well that works out for them. And it does seem like we are ready to go. And so we'll load in game number 1 here, Manfield Knight. Erie will be in black. Again, we could lag. Hope not. We could lag, so be ready. Yeah. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. It should settle. Eventually, it will settle, I believe. I believe in it. But, as me trying to follow this one down the side. Right now playing it to the back wall. Boomer waiting there. An awkward catch, though. Mom Debbie has a shot. It's off the post and well read by Boomer. Able to get a clear out. Now Honda following it. As here we do have, I believe, Defane sitting out the first game and Dishonored sitting out the first game for these two teams. Boomer gets a demo, but it is cleared away. Mom Debbie going to have a read on this one as well. Plays it forward, cleared behind one. Mew to the backboard, gets the double, not on target, and then Honda, quick read, able to beat the attackers. Boomer trying to turn it the other way, dropping down, one more touch, and it's gonna go in. Boomer takes it to the air, drops it right back down, and manages to get the shot through. The defender got a touch, but a touch is not a save. And it managed to squeak by, so Erie start out with the 1-0 lead. I don't think I made a prediction. I think I would have sided Erie, as Royce adds another. Obviously, can believe me or not, as we've already started. I think the fact that Erie have the win, and I do like the players on the roster, as look at Royce. Stepping in, new team, hitting that air dribble, guiding it to the bottom right corner to make it 2-0. I think just Erie having the win on the board, and they have looked good. I have to lean them, but I don't think it's that big of a gap. Like I'm saying, I think, because I think KC have a good shot here, as Brett will catch up. Honda, good play to force it out. Now off the side, this one will bounce towards center. Honda waiting under, trying for a shot, blocked away. Now Royce pops it up, out towards the center, dropping down. Boomer trying to play it forward towards the net. Mom Debbie a save, but not very far out. Boomer now gets a demo. Brett trying to clear it away. Royce bouncing it forward towards the net. It's just wide. And you trying to pinch it out. Now Boomer recentering, but no shot coming there from Royce. Boomer around the outside. Mom Debbie going to send it long away. Mom Debbie didn't get that clear, but faked out Honda. Royce still catching up, keeping the ball trapped in this corner. Now down the sideline once more. Brett trying to stay with it. Mom Debbie cuts in, trying to center, but that pull shot allows Honda to clear it. Royce now trying to take his time. Half a tank trying to bait a 50, but just got to get dunked. Going back the other way, a little bit too patient on that one. Now Boomer dives early. Even challenge with Mom Debbie. You dunked by Honda. As the main channel game has just begun. So 30 seconds in, no goals just yet in that one. But again, make sure you follow both. You trying to play it away. This one off the back wall. Boomer doesn't have it. You dives by Mom Debbie. Now this one will be Royce off the side. Boomer bringing it down. Gets over. And it just goes in. 3-0 for the Eclipse. Royce gets one touch forward. Boomer just runs onto it. Pops it up. And that one enough to beat Brett. Thought he was going to play it slower. And so the breakneck pace just gets right by him. Mom Debbie blasts it forward off the side again. Half the game gone. Definitely time for a comeback, but not much to give as that light touch beats Brett. Honda now gets a demo. He's looking for more. He gets a second. Then we're guiding it to the corner. 50 back out. Royce will be there, but can't find a shot. Just taps it off the side. Mom Debbie now bumped off it. Boomer, we've seen so much aggression so far, and it has worked. This one clear downfield. Royce turns first, but run into by Boomer. Not the physicality he wanted. Mom Debbie doesn't have that. Boomer, no boost. Just going to try to play it slow. Mew, that one's still going backwards. Boomer will take that. But Mom Debbie, a great response force it right back into the Eclipse corner. Royce down in the air, dunked down by Mom Debbie right onto Honda. Now pinch back towards the net. Mew trying to get it out. Boomer, control touch forward. Brett down to the side. Honda up in the air, looking for a bump, won't find it. Mom Debbie forward. Is it in? No, it's just high. But Mew has the read. KC are on the board. 90 seconds, 86 specifically to go. Not a lot of time, but plenty enough to get 2 goals. So this game far from over just yet. Just run 50 forward again. Mom Debbie pops it back. Trying to take control. Popped up in the air. Boomer able to get a good read to get that one out. Honda now looking for the redirect, but it's right into Brett. And in case you're watching both games, Huntu going to get the first goal of the game, stepping in as a PFA for Lincoln. You're trying to follow this one for another. Honda gets it saved to the side, now dropping down again. Honda playing it forward. Mom Debbie getting it away. Boomer trying to play it out to the left side. Now popped up, it'll roll around. Mew trying to drop it down. Brett off the side. 45 seconds to go. Erie once again have the push here. Wasting so much time, maybe threatening a 4th goal. As Honda looks for bumps, gets one. Seems like every time they look for it, they do get at least one. Boomer back off the side. Bump comes through. Mom Debbie a demo of his own. Royce just got to pop it in the air, though. Forces a couple to jump. Boomer fakes, almost gets through. Blocked away. Jay gets a 2nd goal for Lincoln. KC, meanwhile, just still trapped at 1. This one cleared away. Mew not able to get that one. And Royce a backflip. Makes it awkward, but Boomer is behind him to bail him out. Time will tick down. And as it hits 0, it will be 3-1. And Erie are going to take the first game of the series. The Eclipse just a step above here in game 1. Take the control first and then coast. They do give up the 1 goal, but 1 goal is not enough to beat 3. And so the Eclipse are going to start out in front here, as we will make the trek to DFH for game number 2. We'll be on the Foxtrotters to respond, and honestly, tall task, so much pressure against them in that game. It's not like it was one where they're missing opportunities. They really spent most of the game in their defensive half and then conceded the goals to go with it. So that's what they have to look towards, trying to find some space back in. And while we were talking there, towards the end of that game, Vice did get a goal back off the kickoff to make it 2-1, and now Vice on it again. It makes it 2-2. So OKC pull it back to tie. We'll see if KC can pull back to tie this series, as they have the pressure early off the kickoff here, but cleared out there by Erie. Should relieve some space. Now Boomer bang over to the left side. No one able to turn. Should be space for Mom Debbie. He'll bring it up the sidewall. Half a tank in the air. Drops for the reset. Didn't get it. Just gets a 50 forward. Now in the air again. This one dropped down. At midfield, Mew plays it in. KC continuing this extended attack. Out to Mom Debbie. Barely tapped high by Boomer right before he got demoed. Now this one around. Dropping down again. Boomer trying to clear it away. Now dunked up in the air. Mom Debbie trying to get it away. No touch there. Now Mom Debbie out to the corner. Doesn't have that second touch. Royce going to get a clear. Right last back. Just a light touch forward. Now played the other way. Boomer will catch. Mom Debbie up. Dunk off the side again. Brett trying to go. Mew went as well. Double commit. And the touch isn't great. Pop back to Honda. Honda around the corner. Demo by Brett. But still Erie have a bit of push here. Boomer gets it up in the air. Mom Debbie just a control tap. Brett hunting for a bump. Gets a demo. Mom Debbie trying to chase. The shot is wide. Is there a follow? Mew would have had it, but Boomer takes it away. Now Boomer in the air, working forward. Royce's redirect is high. Mew removes the 3rd man. Close chances on both sides. Neither one goes through, but that one will. Mom Debbie puts KC in front. As OT drives on over on the main channel, Mom Debbie gets the scoring started here. That's what KC needed. Played from behind with all the pressure against them in game 1. So far this game, they've had the attack, and now they have the lead. Their first of the series here early in game 2. You trying to drop it forward. Boomer will dive in. He'll take a shot. Mom Debbie denies it. Follow-up could be a bit slow, though. Honda gets a touch forward. Mom Debbie back to Brett. Right back into Honda. Honda over to Boomer. He'll cut forward, but overruns it for the second touch. Now gets 50'd up in the air. Mom Debbie up against Honda. Mom Debbie misses, and Honda bounces it in. Now off the corner. Royce there. Off the post. Mew needs a read. Has it. Great clear. Brett trying to challenge Boomer, but Boomer's there uncontested. Mew looking back to Mom Debbie. Mom Debbie control, but demoed. Opens up some free space for Erie. Boomer will take it. He'll bang it forward. Royce will look for a redirect. Just taps it down off the ceiling. Bouncing into the corner. Honda overruns it. Gets a bump in the process. Now Mew there again. Trying to follow it to the corner. Cuts it around. Half the game gone. Still a 1-0 scoreline. Entered a more even state of play here, I'd say. Going back and forth end to end, as that a shot by Boomer blocked by all 3 Foxtrotters. Brett the one to get the credit for the save. That's what you're going again. Mew takes 2 tries to get the boost, but does get it. Brett down off the corner. Mom Debbie a bit too close, I'd say. Does convert it to a demo, but that'll just about kill the attack as KC have to push back. But now Brett did kind of restart it, working it forward there, but another double commit slows it down for KC. Mew only 1 touch before Boomer takes it back away. Brett back into the corner. Boost is stolen. Boomer going to hunt for bumps. Won't find any, but will go back with his stolen boost. Now Mom Debbie dunked on the 50. Back again. Brett, free touch. Giveaway to Royce. He's there, but can't put a shot on. Honda's follow just high. Royce involved in the 50, but it just gets sent away. Now that one popped over Mom Debbie. Brett trying to get it forward. Doesn't have a touch. Mom Debbie forward again. Down into the corner. Honda. This one popped up in the air. It's 2 minutes 40 gone. Still in OT there on the main channel. Sitting at 2-2. There's one now, one forward off the sidewall again. Bouncing out. Mom Debbie trying to get up early. Up against Royce. A fake. Mew's there. Honda barely gets a save. The fake almost worked wonders for KC. But a save did come through eventually. Now Honda, another one to the backboard. Might look for a double, but a bit too much momentum. Royce diving in next. Mew wins a challenge. Boomer left alone. Shot on. Boomer saves. Now Boomer doesn't get the second touch. Honda, bouncer, easily cleared out by Mom Debbie. Royce up in the air. Boomer up as well. Brett beats both. Bouncing straight down. Mom Debbie catches it up. Working to the backboard. Pop back out. Looking for another beats view. And there's no one else there. Again, a little too jumpy, a little too aggressive there. This one now popped out. Brett off the back wall. Is there anyone there? No. Boomer and Honda combine for a clear. Time expiring. KC have control. The clock hits 0. And if the ball finds grass, we are going to have a tied series. It's still up for now, but there it drops. KC are not going to go down easily. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and ban that bot. Yes, sir. But well played by KC. Obviously lower scoring than the first game, but a win is a win, and they will take that. Moving back to 1-1 now. As again, they have crossed 4 minutes of overtime over on the main channel in their first game, as we get ready now to load onto game 3 as soon as I can make it through the alphabet to our next map. As while we're here, we do see Honda dropping out and Defane joining the lobby. So we have a roster change for the Eclipse following their loss. We'll see if that helps them to get the momentum back in their control, or if KC can continue to roll. This one up on the sidewall. Defane, now Chad's first ball touch. Getting away to Mom Debbie. Mom Debbie now through the air. Gets it down into the corner. This one popped out. Now pop back. Mew trying to jump to follow it. Tap towards the back wall. Royce uncontested. Able to get it over there. Now Boomer back down to Royce. Dunked by Brett. Defane trying to go. But it's Mom Debbie for the second game in a row to make it 1-0 Foxtrotters. 21 seconds all they need. By the way, they have crossed 5.5 minutes of overtime. I have to think our longest of the season. We'll see who can break that deadlock, but it is KC to break the deadlock here in Game 3. Mom Debbie now in the air, reset forward. The goalie is flat-footed, and it's 2-0 for KC. Mom Debbie has control, gets the reset, gets the second touch, and it just beats everyone. Up in the air again, Defane trying to drop it down. Mew catch to the side. Bump there by Defane, but Mew still has the ball, still gets the flick forward. It's Mom Debbie to the corner, looking for another touch. Dropped out, 50 in front, no one on it. Now Roy's popping it back. Brett trying to bounce it in. Defane getting it out off the sidewall. Now Defane's still following it, plays it forward. This one now in there again. Mew trying to play it across. Royce trying to play it forward. Brett still following it. Now we see a bit of dead space. Mom Debbie pausing. Not sure if he's lagging, but he's still in the lobby. So we play on for the moment. He's jumping and spinning, but he's not driving, which is confusing. This one dropped down. Defane there. Can't find a shot on it. Royce up off the side. It continues. There we go. I have to say that's a DC. I have to guess. I'm going to go to this. Does anyone know the exact timestamp? Well, now he's joined. Wait, what? What? A goal went in. So, remake. Does anyone know what the exact timestamp is? It was like 3:30 something. By the way, Sentinels won the first game, 3-2. If anyone saw the final of how long that OT was, it crossed 7 minutes. I know that. Here, 3:35. That seems right. That's what I believe it was. Yeah. 3:32 from Breezy. I believe 3:32. I'm trying to ask what happened for sure, because he wasn't actually driving around, but he was kind of jumping. Okay. So I think it's going to be 3:35, 2-0 Foxtrotters once we get everyone in. All right, so Mom Debbie DC'd. We're waiting to remake, but, you know, hopefully we'll be able to get going again soon. Interesting. Yeah, it looked like he was lagging for sure. Okay. So I'll make sure everyone's good, and then I'm going to have to do the goals and stuff. And I think we're good. I do believe we should be good. We should have gaming. It's incredible, really. It's incredible how high-tech and efficient that was. As we load in, Roy's trying to play it back to his corner. Erie did kind of score a little bit after the DC happened. As this one's popped off the back wall. Boomer doesn't have it. Now Roy's trying to play it forward again. Drop down. Now off the corner. Boomer trying to play it in. This one dropping down. Mom Debbie trying to take control. So it is 2-0 KC. A lot of control in the early stages there. Mom Debbie managed to get that first shot and then the redirect to take the multi-goal lead. In case you forgot, you know, with how quick we were getting between games. As OKC double their lead, now up 4-2 over there. So 2-goal leads on both streams. Of course, a minute left in game 2 over there. Half the game left in game 3 over here as Defane has a shot. That's just in. Hold on. Uh-oh. No? Okay, I think we're good. Okay. I saw Mom Debbie stop there, and I was worried. I was quite worried. But he drove to that spot, and I think stopped when he was beat. We're fine. It was just a moment of, oh, well, that's in. Not a moment of my internet has died again. Uh-oh. As we see a trade of demos there. Defane trying to take control, dropping it down. Mew gonna dive in. Defane gets it by him. That's one off the side again. Now off the back wall, dropping down. Mom Debbie. Not there. Now Boomer off the side. Royce popping it forward. Now following this one, dunked down. Yeah, Shade, I feel like Boomer, as a manager, has had either 2 seasons. And the second one has only happened once. But he either is a top team, very much like need to be in the title contending, top of the standings most of the time, or at least close, as there's another goal by Mom Debbie, makes it 3-1. Or he's the, what were they, 2-12? Where it's a mess and the roster has 0 consistency, other than the fact that they never win. So we'll see. So far, looking more like the latter, but maybe we get a middle of the standings season from Boomer. As Roy's trying to pop this one up, has the control, has the time, gets it to the crossbar, no double, but Defane's there. Mom Debbie made it 3-1, but Royce and Defane combined to get it back. Anyone watching the main channel, did that game end 4-2? I think it did. But make sure there wasn't a 0-second goal in there. But either way, it is 1-1. OKC tie up the series over there. Meanwhile, here, still 3-2. KC do have a lead, although Erie have brought it close. 90 seconds to go. Definitely time for Erie to find another lead, or to find another goal. But KC pushing forward, trying to expand on theirs. Royce, a long clear downfield. Mom Debbie, that one got scary. It's off the crossbar for now, but there's a miss, and there's a goal by Defane. Brings things even. Mom Debbie the pop. Mew tried to read it, didn't have it, and Defane slots it. Now Mew, another one forward. Boomer trying to get out towards the side. Popped up off the back wall, dropping back down again. Nothing on that one. Boomer trying to win it forward. Erie have the momentum, 2 straight goals. But can they find a third to take the lead? But an awkward touch here. Mew gonna move over, rolls it up the side. Well, now Boomer 50 straight across. Royce will run on, but Mom Debbie's there first. Now up the corner. Defane doesn't have that one. Boomer trying to take his time. Now this one dropped down. Brett still on it. Mew. Did we get that one? Mom Debbie has possession. Couldn't quite get that drop down redirect. Now Erie try to break out. Mew gets a dunk to leave things even, though Mom Debbie finds a shot, and Mom Debbie has another goal. 4-3, KC lead again. Just a banger from the midfield. Royce left alone with no boost. Nothing he can do about it. Erie roared all the way back, but the Foxtrotters still have the lead. Royce now trying to find possession. A flick off the crossbar. Brett pop around Boomer. Mew doesn't have it, though. Boomer trying to catch it. That touch a bit heavy, leaving it to Defane, but Brett beats him to it. Now Royce up the corner again. No touch there. Mom Debbie up the sidewall, trying to pop it out, trying for the touch. Defane inches away from the read. Now they all go. They all miss. KC get another clear, and KC are on match point. The DC slows things down, but their lead translates to a win. And the Foxtrotters are 2-1 up. I should leave the stats up longer. There you go. Hat trick for Defane, 2 goals for Mom Debbie. You can see me in the background scoring. Don't worry about it. And so, what a game. A big win for the Foxtrotters. I'm struggling here. I don't know why. It's 6-6. That's the goals. That's what that is. Okay. I don't know why I tried to do the math there, and it broke. It just wouldn't. I don't know why. Because it was 3-2, and I had to add 4-3. It took me way too long to do that. But we are still ready. We still are ready to load in game number 4. Erie backs against the wall. No roster change. Playing with the same 3. But can they find a different result? Royce able to win it forward. This one into the corner. Brett now catching it down, looking for a 50. Doesn't quite have a touch. Now off the back wall. Mew around the outside. Mew going to flick it forward again. Mom Debbie off the left wall, bouncing out towards center. Defane getting it out. Mom Debbie trying to drop it down. Boomer will go. Dunked down. That one's over Royce. Brett there. He'll clear it forward. Defane sending it out. Mom Debbie. Bouncer, Royce off the corner. Brett run into by Mom Debbie. But now Defane doesn't have it. Mew racing in. Boomer just gets it out. Brett trying to set up another play. This one forward. Dropping down. Played forward by Brett. Defane turns it the other way. 40 seconds in. No goals on the board. Better start for Erie. Mew gets ramped up into the air. Boomer a 50 back off the side. Mom Debbie on it quick. Gets another touchdown. Defane almost got dunked there. Hit it up towards Mom Debbie, but didn't quite connect. Now a pinch in front to no one. Royce trying to pass it back. Boomer racing in. Mom Debbie a big dunk out towards the side. Brett waiting under it. Mom Debbie to his left. Mom Debbie there. Shot is high. Mew up next. Defane can't get it out, and it's 1-0 Kansas City. They lead for the 3rd game in a row. Looking to win a 3rd game in a row. 1 minute gone, 1 goal on the board as Matt just hit one of the grossest shots I've ever seen on the main channel. You gotta tune into that. What is that angle? As it's 2-0 OKC there in game 3. This one off the back wall dropping down. Boomer catches it out towards the side. Mom Debbie trying to play it forward. This one to the back wall. Reset touchdown. Boomer's awkward, but Defane gonna get behind him to get the save. Now Mew over to Mom Debbie trying to pass to get it out. It's now 3-0. Vice scored for free off the kickoff, it appears. Unclear why. Brett trying to drop it down. Defane has a shot, put it high. Is there a read? No, Mew. Good defensive play. Beats Erie to it and gets the ball out. Holding on, all KC need. Obviously, 1 goal, tough to hold on to, but they've already won 1 game this series, 1-0, so nothing new to them. This one now dropped down. Royce around the outside. Mom Debbie another dunk up. Trying to feed this one down. It'll bounce, but it'll get to the other corner harmlessly. Now Defane following it, trying to cut it upfield. Pushed out to the left side. And now rolling out again. Mom Debbie, a bit of a miss though. Royce trying to drop it down. Boomer moving in. Royce got the bump. Boomer gets the shot. 1-1. Erie bring things even. Boomer takes the shot. And of course, set up well by Royce. OKC move on to match point. Erie still facing match point. That was 3-0 as it was. This one into the corner. Is anyone in chat watching the main series? Because I never got confirmation. Oh, Mew, that one is so close, but it'll just get blocked away. Never got a complete confirmation. Game 2 ended 4-2, right? I think it did. I'll check if no one in the chat knows. Mom Debbie trying to play it forward. Look for another touch. It's off the crossbar. Mew, crossbar again. Royce doesn't have it. No one can clear it, but no one can shoot it. Defane finally gets it away. Boomer couldn't get the first read, but Mom Debbie's last touch put it high. Then Mew put it high. And then everyone sat and stared at it until eventually Defane swooped in to save the day for the Eclipse. Now Defane will dive in again. He'll take a shot. Brett will get a save. Mom Debbie a catch up to the sidewall. No double. Boomer there, but Brett makes it even. Mom Debbie a roller in. Royce trying to cut. Bit of a bump there maybe. Now off the left wall again. Boomer doesn't have a play. Defane will go. Wins a challenge. Boomer might look for a redirect, but Mew gets the save anyway. Royce now popping it out. Has a bit of time, but it's closed down quickly. Mom Debbie now possession, a scary thing. That shot is high. Is there a follow? No, Boomer cuts it out. Now Brett dropping it down right into Royce. He'll try to go up, but he has nothing to follow it with. Now off the corner again, falling down. Mew, bouncer, high, pinched, wide. Boomer gets a touch to Royce. Royce bangs it forward. Mom Debbie, no boost, cuts it wide. Royce trying to recenter it. Mew gets a save. Mom Debbie gets a clear. Boomer trying to catch it on his own, but not able to get the boost, not able to keep the ball. Given away to KC. Royce trying to play it forward. 30 seconds to go. Tie game and a must-win for the Eclipse. Brett up with it. Defane cuts it out. Mom Debbie low boost gonna bang it up to Brett. There's no one in net. A pass across. No one there either. Royce now a pop forward, got bumped. Packet lost. Trying to steal the show. It's almost Mew, but it's wide again. Now this one across again. Brett doesn't quite have it. Royce trying to bang it in. It's wide. Bouncing out. Royce off the crossbar. Had the shot. Could not sink it. We have OT. Somehow we play on. Defane now going to pitch it in front. It'll go harmlessly. Demo in the other corner. Mew trying to close it down. Boomer diving. Boomer gets the dunk. Boomer look for another. Mom Debbie wins it out. Royce trying to take possession. He'll catch. He'll try to cut. Mew will dunk him. Now Mom Debbie following it. Goes for the fake, but Boomer just dived anyway. Brett towards Mom Debbie. Back towards Mew. Boomer, though, going to cut it off. It's a back pass, but who can take it? Defane's pinch is still backwards. Mew now going to cut it off, but Royce gets it to the midfield. Mom Debbie off the sidewall. Brett, a misread. Boomer, a touch forward. He'll get the corner as well. Now this one bouncing across. Boomer trying to play it out. Pinch down the corner. Mew has time. Mew bouncing it back out. Brett, a roller. It might just go in. Somehow, KC steal the game, and they steal the series. Royce pops it out. Brett rolls it. Boomer dived. Or that was Defane who dived. Boomer, I guess, on the back post. Can't reach it. Goes through just about all three. And Kansas City take the series in 4 games. We'll check in about an interview. I don't remember their hex, so I gotta do this. Yeah, I knew generally what it was, but not enough. As that does make it a win for the Foxtrotters, their first of the season. And there are no more winless teams in any of the 8-bit league. Everyone is on the board. Gotta turn everything down, then we'll ask about an interview. But yeah, I mean, well played to the Foxtrotters. Game 1, they couldn't get anything going. After that, Erie couldn't get anything going. They really flipped the momentum and then just ran with it. But anyway, we are going to... Oh, of course, Dishonored. We are going to have an interview, and so we will be back in just one moment. And we are now back with Kansas City. Took a little bit, but you get the win on the board. How does it feel?
About fucking time. Bro, those last 2 games, I feel like all our shots just didn't ever go in. So, you know, getting a win feels good. And plus, they were cooking. So, you know, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will ask, obviously, how'd you guys turn it around? Because game 1, it felt like Erie really getting all the pressure, but then after that, really turned it around, able to push forward, get the first goal, and then hold on to a lead.
It felt like I was felt like I was just trying too hard, and then I just I sat.
Oh yeah, let's
my
be
mic
honest.
muted on accident.
It's completely the mic being muted.
I had my mic muted on accident half the game.
It was literally,
and then,
yeah.
I was trying too hard, and then I sat back and just let it go. So.
Yeah, communication for the rest of the games were coming out real clear and real nice. So it was, you know, it was there. The communication was there, so they just played it out, and it worked out well.
I said I was going right on the kickoff, and I said I'm gonna hit a clip before the kickoff even happened, and I hit a flip reset, so that
True.
I just knew it was our game. So
Yeah, that's fair. He hasn't hit one yet in the last few games, so
Confidence is flowing.
Mhm.
All right, and looking forward.
He was definitely a great pickup. So
True, some good games out there. Looking forward at your schedule. You do play New Mexico next. Feeling good to continue to build a win streak.
Hopefully.
hell yeah, Mew promised us 5 games win streak, so it's there.
Okay, and I follow up on that. You were 0-3. You're now 1-3. Are we gonna see 8-3?
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
of course. That'll ask you some more teams battling towards the bottom. Our next game will be in just a little bit, but Birmingham, Boston. Who do you see winning that?
Birmingham.
I see Boston win.
No, fuck
I
Birmingham.
don't know
they
who's
got
on any other team but my team, so I can't
Fair.
choose.
the Bandits. They got fucking Gardens, Ren, Couch, and I can't remember the other one, but
Koala.
they got a team. They're good. And Koala, yeah, they're all points on fucking Bandits for sure.
Fair. All right, well, that's about all I have. Congratulations on getting your first win, and good luck next week.
Thanks,
Hell
Doggo.
yeah!
Doggo.
Thank you.
5-win streak continues.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, well played. And while we were in that interview, OKC did wrap up a 3-1 win. So OKC stay undefeated in the Prism League, but KC do not stay unwinning here in the Pixel League. They pick up their first win. These two teams will meet each other at 1-3. They will build onto that tie. And that will do it for our first 2 games of the night. See your final scores across both streams. OKC 3, Lincoln 1, and then KC 3, Erie 1. Both KC teams win, and that does it. So that does it for my channel. We will be back over on the main channel. Ko will take the first game. I'll be a bit later on. But there's the next game up, like I said, Birmingham, Boston at 9:30, and then also will be New Mexico, Atlanta at 10:30. Busy night of games, all back over on the main channel. You know where to find it, but that does it for us here. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure to watch those other games.